Okay. Start on framework. Because the words "this house" are in the resolution, that means you adjudicate the round based on how parliaments actually form policy, and that's utilitarianism. That's how parliaments form policy. That's how governments work. When they like formulate policies, they want to save the most people. That's just how it works. That's the way you adjudicate the round. That's the way you weigh all the arguments. Go to contention 1, which is reverse dehumanization. Recognize that in this resolution, what you're basically saying is that if you're not killing one to, if you're not killing one to save many, you're killing many to save one. That means you're, instead of just dehumanizing this one person, which is what he might come up here and talk about, you're literally dehumanizing like tons of people, however many it is, just to save this one person. Like, don't value that one person's life above all these other people, because that's dehumanizing the masses, as opposed to the possible harm, which is like dehumanizing this one person to save many. Don't dehumanize the masses. Just dehumanize the one person if it comes down to that, which it is based on the resolution. Contention 1 is massacre. Recognize that by not killing one person, you're condemning many to death. The resolution could be reversed. You could just be saying, should we kill many to save one? That's what he's going to be arguing for. That's clearly not the right thing to do, again, for the same warrant that I gave you in my first contention. It doesn't make any sense, especially when you look to real-world policy, to say that we should just kill all of these people just to save one. That's putting that one person on a pedestal. That's wrong. That's dehumanizing everyone else. For these reasons, please vote affirmative.
All right. So we negate that this house would kill one to save many. So basically, this is like the classic utilitarianism versus deontology debate, which is basically, he's on the util side, right? His framework is that real-world parliaments use utilitarian frameworks whenever they make policy, and basically what I'm going to tell you is that you should look to deontology. And so this is for 3 main reasons. So the first one is morality. So basically, if you kill one to save many, you're only encouraging the dehumanization further on in society. And so unlike his, where you might kill many in one instance, this dehumanizes society in general in the long run, because it only accelerates people's decision to kill others. It makes it easier for you to just justify yourself killing one. It's because I'm saving many, right? But this leads to terminal impacts of extinction, because it makes it an easier decision whether or not to actually harm another person. Whereas we should look to the policy of not actually harming anyone else. Even if in one instance many would die. And so this leads kind of to the second argument, which is the responsibility of killing. So you're dehumanizing the one person who has to kill the one in order to save many, or even if many people have to kill the one to save many. And this it results in even more dehumanization than he can bring up, because it forces the mental burden to kill someone where people may not want to do it. I mean, almost no one wants to kill someone else. But so this would mentally harm people in the long run. And the third argument is the probability of saving the many. So the resolution doesn't actually tell you that there's any certainty in probability that everyone would be saved if you killed this one person. So one person definitely dies, and there's my opponent can't tell you with any certainty about whether all these people would be saved. And because you look to the terminal impact of extinction, you should weigh our impacts above theirs. Yeah.
Crossfire? Yeah. Okay. So why does killing one person dehumanize all of society? What's the warrant for your person?
So basically it makes it easier to justify that you're killing other people.
It makes it easier to justify. I mean, shouldn't it be easy to justify killing one to save many? I don't understand. So okay, here, grab me this, right? So I tell you that in the affirmative world, or in your world rather, that you are dehumanizing all of the masses as opposed, and as instead of just this one person, right? You're telling me that you're just dehumanizing one person. I want you to tell me how does dehumanizing the one person lead to everyone being dehumanized, especially when I'm linking to more people.
Why are we dehumanizing this one person? So basically, the one person who's willing to kill many people is already
Wait, who's willing to kill many people?
Wait, the one person, right? The one person's trying to kill many.
No, it's you save that person. No, you kill one person to save many.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Okay.
Yeah. So what's your question?
So I just want you to explain a little more how all of society gets dehumanized if you just have to kill one person in one instance.
Yeah. So basically, as I tell you in my second contention, I think it was the responsibility of the people to kill the one person actually dehumanizes.
Okay, so that's one extra person being dehumanized, the person that has to kill her. Okay. Well, if it's not necessarily, what's the alternative?
I can answer that.
Okay. Everybody ready? Okay. Okay, recognize that he's not giving you a framework in a way to weigh the round. You prefer ours because it's the only framework given in the round. Move to his contention one where he talks about morality again. He's telling you that we're encouraging dehumanization by killing this one person, but there's really no clear warrant here. Remember what we tell you in our case is by doing the reverse and killing tons of people to save one, that's clearly more dehumanizing because you're saying one life is valuable, more valuable than all these other people out there. That's clearly dehumanizing more people in the long term. We're just going to be outweighing straight on magnitude. His impact is extinction. Look to a real extinction scenario. Say that, like, we can save one person, but every other human in the world dies. That's an extinction scenario. That's a scenario where clearly you're voting affirmative to save all those people just to kill that one person. Clearly that's the real extinction impact in the round, is that if you choose to save this one person to kill every other human, clearly that's much worse. You can turn that argument right there. On his contention too about responsibility, that just means that one more person is dehumanized because of the one person that has to decide to do the killing. That's still not going to outweigh all of the dehumanization if you let all of those people die. On contention 3 probability, this just isn't true. It says in the resolution you're killing one to save many. 2 means that the impact of killing one is saving the many. That's clearly not a probability issue. It's clearly happening in the round. For these reasons, we urge you to vote affirmative.
Alright, so my opponent pretty much fundamentally misunderstands what my argument's saying. So basically, he's assuming that if you kill one, you instead of killing one, you kill the many. But it's actually really different. Fundamentally in philosophy, killing someone is a lot different from allowing others to die. If other people die by natural means, say saving the many could entail I don't know, natural causes the classic deontological example is where people get hit by a train, right? So that's not actually being killed. But the point of the argument is that all of society is dehumanized if you force people to kill one person. It doesn't matter how many people you have to kill. That's dehumanizing all of society. It makes it even easier for people to justify that they should kill people. And furthermore, so when you move on to his framework, he tells you that parliaments use utilitarian strategies in order to in order to save the most people, but that's obviously not looking at all of society in general. When you look to the terminal impact of extinction, you should weigh that above what parliaments decide in the short term. And so remember that negates his first contention because you're actually not killing anybody, whereas you're killing one person in his world. And the second contention, where you weigh extinction above his impacts of death.
Everybody ready? Start on the issue of framework. He drops the warrant again here. It's really crucial that you understand that the only response he makes to it is this isn't how society works. We're not talking about society. We're talking about a parliament. That's the actor in the round. The actor is parliament. The way parliament actually decides policy is based on util. He doesn't ever respond to that part of it. He just says society doesn't work that way. This isn't about society. This is about what the parliament actually does. Cleanly extend framework. The first voter is going to be our contention 1 on reverse dehumanization. He comes up here and says letting people die isn't the same as killing them. It is the same if you can save them. If there's the ability for you to save someone and you don't, that's the same as killing them. So right there, you can clearly extend the reverse dehumanization argument. What that says is that essentially killing, if you're doing the reverse, if you're going with his side, what you're doing is killing all of these people to save one. That's putting one person on a pedestal, that's valuing them above everyone else. That's much worse than dehumanizing one person. The second voter is going to be the extinction turn. Remember the scenario I gave you in rebuttal, that we would be killing every single human to save one in his world. Clearly that links into extinction more than just killing one person to save the entire human race, because we're linking into extinction better than he does. We urge you to vote affirmative.
Alright. So first I feel the need to go over framework, right? So again, basically you don't weigh his parliament framework over any others. Basically even if parliament does exist and does exist and it does make utilitarian policies as he claims, it's actually Parliament wouldn't exist if you look to the extinction impacts. If you dehumanize society, Parliament isn't going to be effective at solving any of the problems that he brings up. And so, like, moving on to the main voter issues. So the first one is going to be on morality. Remember that, like, we're just going to make it easier to decide whether or not we kill someone. That's just going to lead to even more death and, like, ultimately extinction. The scenario he brings up where, like, everyone dies and then one person is safe, like, first, that's not in the scope of the resolution. It doesn't say that, like, we leave one person alive. But furthermore, remember that killing is fundamentally different from, like, allowing someone to die. So therefore, you can't actually vote off of him because he would have you, like, think that not saving someone is killing someone when it's actually, like, a lot different. And so the second voter issue, like, he completely drops the response to the massacre contention, where I tell you that extinction outweighs completely.